like Elizabeth Warren, who thinks that the right answer is to break up the companies, if she gets elected president, then I would bet that we will have a legal challenge, and I would bet that we will win the legal challenge. So does that still suck for us? Yeah. I mean, I don't have to, have a major lawsuit against our own government. I mean, that's not like the position that you want to be in when you're, it's like we care about our country and like want to work with our government to do good things. And but look, at the end of the day, if someone's going to try to threaten something that existential, you go to the mat and you fight.
Well, my friends, it's a late night, but a viewer sent me this story. I was checking my email, and well, I'm here up at night, late at night, recording this story. All hands on deck. In 2 hours of leaked audio, Mark Zuckerberg, the lizard man in human skin, rallies Facebook employees against critics, competitors, and the US government. So this is an article by theverge.com with Casey Newton, and we're going to go through some of the leaked audio. So here we go. Let's see what the lizard man is planning. Now, the quick rundown is basically this. Facebook, censorship, suppression of conservative people online. In fact, on Facebook, you will be banned for wrongthink. A lot of conservatives have been banned. A lot of people who disagree with leftism have been banned. And many people know Mark Zuckerberg is, he's on the spectrum. He has the tism, and he's kind of unsettling. There's a running meme going around that Mark Zuckerberg is actually an alien or a lizard man in human skin. So here it says, July should have been a relief for Facebook. The company accepted a $5 billion fine from the Federal Trade Commission over privacy issues. Oh yes, they've also violated privacy. In fact, if you're on Facebook, get off Facebook. Trust me. They're taking your private data. They're scanning your photos, trust me. After having essentially set the terms of the agreement itself, it settled a case with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which alleged that it had misled investors about the risks of user data being mishandled for a relatively paltry $100 million. And Facebook reported stellar quarterly earnings on July 24th, beating investor expectations and sending its stock price up. Now, I don't know if you've seen the movie about Facebook, but in the movie, he's portrayed as an absolute douchebag who steals the idea of Facebook from two men. He absolutely steals the idea. He creates Facebook. It becomes a big success, and he becomes rich. That's who the lizard man is. He's a liar. He's pro-censorship. He doesn't believe in free speech. But inside the company, the mood remained anxious. Several 2020 presidential candidates, led by Senator Elizabeth Warren, had called for Facebook to be broken up. Libra, a Facebook-created cryptocurrency, had run into strong resistance from regulators around the world who worried that it could destabilize the global financial system. Yeah, I would never use or invest in Facebook money. Hell, I would dump my savings in Bitcoin before I put a single dollar in Facebook Libra, or whatever they're calling it. By the way, I do not recommend that you do that. Bitcoin is highly volatile. Do not put any more in there than you're willing to lose. Employees had questions about Zuckerberg himself. Why had the CEO declined multiple requests to appear at government hearings in Europe, and worried about Facebook's increasingly dim reputation among their peers? These questions were raised at 2 open meetings with employees in July. The Verge obtained 2 hours of audio from the meetings, which include extended question and answer sessions between Zuckerberg and his employees, in language that is often more candid than he typically uses in his public comments. Zuckerberg seeks to rally the company against Facebook's competitors, critics, and the US government. That sounds like treason to me. On how big tech can solve the issues.
It's just that breaking up these companies, whether it's Facebook or Google or Amazon, is not actually going to solve the issues. And, it doesn't make election interference less likely, it makes it more likely, because now the companies can't coordinate and work together.
Now I want you to look at this comment and kind of think about the doublethink there. Regulation is not good. We could not decide what the truth is. What he's really saying is that censorship will be harder with regulation and with companies being broken up. So, what he's telling me is that the best thing we should do is break up big tech. And I agree, break them up. These people are too powerful and they're too evil. Amazon hasn't done anything wrong yet, but I'm looking at them and I see an early Google. My prediction is they will become evil as well. There's really no choice. Even I dream of having my own company someday, and I wouldn't want it to be broken up, but places like Google and Facebook have become far too powerful, and they've abused that power time and time again.
That's why Twitter can't do as good of a job as we can. I mean, they face qualitatively the same types of issues, but they can't put in the investment. Our investment on safety is bigger than the whole revenue of their company. They literally cannot do it.
You know, when I listen to these clips, especially this one, I get the feeling of, wow, so is this what it's like to be an elite? To be so far above everybody that you can laugh at Twitter's profits because your company is so massive. Our investment on safety is bigger than the whole revenue of their company. Your investment on censorship, you mean? Look, I've put out multiple stories about Facebook, the secret lives of Facebook moderators, the stuff they have to go through, the mental problems these people have, the emotional problems these people have, because of the type of content they're forced to police. It's not an easy job. And they're abusing people. Facebook moderators are treated like trash. I mean, it's horrible. Those videos are on my channel if you want to see them. Zuckerberg sounds earnest and genial throughout the Q&A sessions. He jokes repeatedly about how he would have been fired several times over the years if he had not negotiated for total control over the company, drawing laughter from his employees. He also explains why he has repeatedly refused to testify in front of governments around the world, and he talks about the awkward rollout of Libra, the Facebook-developed cryptocurrency. Like I said, that is the last... Okay, look, if you want to invest in Libra, you can. Invest in it, wait for it to grow, and then cash out. Do not hold Libra. I have more faith in Bitcoin than anything Facebook has made. I don't care how big they become. Screw Facebook on refusing to testify before other governments.
I'm not going to go to every single hearing around the world. A lot of different people want to do that. I mean, when the issues came up last year around Cambridge Analytica, I did hearings in the US, I did hearings in the EU. It just doesn't really make sense for me to go to hearings in every single country that wants to have me show up and...
Fair enough. I sure as hell wouldn't go to the EU, because I don't give a damn. On Libra's rocky rollout.
The public things, I think, tend to be a little more dramatic, but a bigger part of it is private engagement with regulators around the world, and those, I think, often are more substantive and less dramatic, and those meetings aren't being played for the camera, but that's where a lot of the discussions get hashed out on things.
The CEO also speaks earnestly about challenges the company faces, whether it's about Facebook's unusually large amount of downtime this year, or what obligations the company has for its 30,000 contracted content moderators. As I brought up, asked about the Verge's stories this year on content moderation, Zuckerberg dismisses them as a little overdramatic. Wow. So, the lizard man could care less about these peasants. Work your bone, peasants. No bathroom breaks. You are to continue to look at gore and animal suffering until you can no longer stand being alive. Do it, slaves. Whip, whip. With a population of 30,000 people, there's going to be a distribution of experiences that people have, Zuckerberg says. What an absolute sociopath. He's such a dick. Like, Zuckerberg is more of an asshole than I am. Wow. First of all, they outsource the content moderation, and all those people, the companies running the content moderation, are terrible. Watch my videos. I go through the entire stories. I put a lot of effort into reading it. It's called Pepe Memes Are Red Pilling Facebook Moderators. It's on my channel. There's also a follow-up called Facebook Moderators Are Being Black Pilled, or something like that. Okay. On protecting contract content moderators.
Some of the reports, I think, are a little over-dramatic from digging into them and understanding what's going on. It's not that most people are just kind of looking at just terrible things all day long, but there are really bad things that people have to deal with, and making sure that people get the right counseling and space and ability to take breaks and get the mental health support that they need is a really important thing.
So, this is bullshit. I cover that in the story. By mental health support, they'll give him like a 10-minute break in an empty room. And by counseling, yeah, it's not gonna exist. These people don't have health insurance. Elsewhere in the conversation, Zuckerberg presents a plan for halting the global advance of its latest competitor, ByteDance's video app TikTok. The company introduced a clone named Lasso and released it in Mexico, where TikTok has yet to make inroads in an attempt to perfect the product before rolling it out elsewhere. Yeah, screw you, Facebook. The last thing we need is you spreading your cancer to more places.
We have a product called Lasso that's a standalone app that we're working on trying to get product market fit in countries like Mexico is I think one of the first initial ones. So we're trying to first see if we can get it to work in countries where TikTok is not already big, or we go and compete with TikTok in countries where they are big.
While many of the issues discussed during the meetings are serious, Zuckerberg also tries to lighten the mood. When one person asks whether Facebook would ever use its brain-computer interface technology for ad targeting purposes, Zuckerberg muses about the challenges of building a brain-computer interface using invasive surgery techniques. You think Libra is hard to launch, Zuckerberg quips. He imagines what the headlines would say. Facebook wants to perform brain surgery. I don't want to see the congressional hearings on that one, he said, as the room breaks into laughter. Ha 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 ha! The lizard man is laughing. Imagine if we used our brain technology interfacing for brain surgery, people implanted in people's brains, we could even do mind control. Little puppets here in my lizard room. I'm pulling the strings. Man, I creep myself out just saying that. Elsewhere in the transcripts, Zuckerberg discusses TikTok's biggest challenge, why he wants to maintain total control over the company, and what Facebook employees should tell their friends who think badly of the company. Oh yeah, of course. Facebook good, freedom bad, etc., etc. And then it links to a full list of the Q&A session. Well, this was certainly interesting. You guys, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read the full Q&A. I think it's quite clear. Mark Zuckerberg is a bad person. He doesn't care about censorship. He doesn't care about the people. And he doesn't understand humans. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about Facebook? What do you think about this leaked audio? What do you think about what was revealed? Be sure to let me know. Now, as always, this channel is completely unmonetized. That means I have no ads. I receive no ad revenue. YouTube took them away from me. They completely stripped my ability to make a living on YouTube. It sucks. It's terrible. That is why I am 100% viewer supported. If you want to join me, you can do so. Links are in the description. I have a link to Patreon. I have a link to Subscribestar. I have a PayPal link, and I have a cryptocurrency address if you want to donate Bitcoin. You can join Subscribestar and Patreon for as low as $1. Doing so will get you access to Fight Club, a private Discord server. A special thank you to people who share my videos, as it really helps. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.